It's a dangerous job. We're going after the most dangerous, criminals that are on the streets.
Yeah, chasing down violent fugitives can be a dangerous job, and tonight we're taking you inside of one of those stings.
Now, the U.S. Marshals Violent Fugitive Apprehension Strike Team, which is what it's called, gives ABC4 Utah's Haley Higgins rare access inside an operation that sadly turned deadly.
And we do want to warn you, the story contains video and elements some viewers may find disturbing.
This elite team, known as VFAST, prefers to work quietly in a dark world many of us will never see. This team is extremely successful, going after the worst of the worst, the most violent fugitives in our state. But we did not expect to capture on camera what happened just 3 hours into the operation.
Police U.S. Marshals with a warrant. Come to the door, man. We have the house surrounded. Do it now.
At a mobile home park in Salt Lake City, federal and local police hunt down a violent fugitive.
Police department with a warrant. Come to the front door with empty hands.
So he's hiding.
I would assume so.
Okay, listen up.
The fugitive they're hunting tried to stab an officer with a screwdriver.
So every time he's been arrested, he's tried to fight or tried to run.
Did we get that shed cleared in the back?
Tonight's fugitive roundup targets 22 people, all with active warrants and violent pasts.
So I should have Mark sitting on the one in Salt Lake, Steve keep working on the setup for the Westerner.
A cross-section of federal, state, and local agencies track accused rapists and murderers to convicted felons not cooperating with parole.
We're dealing with violent people that not only want to do harm to people they're coming across on the streets, but they wouldn't think twice about harming, a local cop, a task force officer, or a U.S. Marshal.
Brittany's got the daughter, right?
Last year, 1,100 wanted fugitives found themselves in VFAST handcuffs. The team in Utah stands among the most successful in the U.S. Marshals Service.
We've got a really tight team. Everyone's really close, and we work hard until we catch our guy.
Give me that car right there.
Many arrests come easily.
Let's wait for them to walk out. We'll wait until they get in the car, and then we'll...
However, other arrests don't.
Okay, that's him right there. He's gonna flee. Let's go, light him up. Let's go.
Near 5700 South and 9th East, a wanted 28-year-old appears to take off when spotted by the team. VFAST supervisor Daryl Spencer speeds ahead, puts the truck in reverse, and uses his bumper as a roadblock.
Get out of the car. Get out.
VFAST knows the man is a parole fugitive. They don't know his 4-year-old daughter is in the car.
You got in your car and you tried to run from us and you got your daughter in the car? I need to figure out what I'm going to do with your daughter. I know you're going to turn yourself in. I know you're going to do the right thing.
While the team processes the car, VFAST members console the young girl, even buying her dinner.
You see these poor kids that are, to no fault of their own, they're in the mix, they're living in horrible conditions, they're being treated so poorly, and it's just, it's heartbreaking for sure.
Team members work hard to set up successful takedowns, but it doesn't always happen. Early in the night, VFAST learns an extremely violent fugitive under surveillance is on the move.
He is heading back towards the trailer.
David Corona spent more than half his life behind bars for murder. He was released in May. The then 18-year-old shot a man in the face for drugs and cash. After 23 years in prison, investigators say he's violating parole, testing positive in a urine analysis for drugs.
A couple of marshals and a couple of the task force officers had spent some time on it, and tonight was the night we just decided to make a push. Felt like we could catch him. He's going to flee on foot.
Things go bad fast.
I don't like this.
Corona pulls over, gets out of his car, and when officers approach, he runs, heading towards a fenced corner.
Got a gun.
With nowhere to go but back to jail, Corona makes a permanent decision.
Okay, shots fired. He committed suicide. Let's get medical started.
David Corona was 43.
Even though we're trying to be in charge, they're in charge until we get them in custody because we're only reacting to what they do.
Few people kill themselves when pursued by VFAST, but it shows anything can happen. Despite the danger, despite the long nights, task force officers admit their job is in fact a calling.
It feels good to get these guys off the streets.
It helps you, feel like you've really gotten something good done.
And just in case something does go south, VFAST does not wait for an ambulance. They have their own equipment inside a customized van, and many of the team members are trained as medics. Reporting in the Salt Lake Valley, I'm Haley Higgins.